The question is what happened Thursday at the legislature in New York State in Albany. And I can tell you, I was there, and it was a sad, sad day. Um, Parents were not allowed to speak. They were not, some of them weren't even allowed into the sessions or into the chambers. What happened, though, there were hundreds of people there. Many of them were my clients that were there to rally in support of their rights for vaccine freedom. And it was a close call because um, the only way it would have become a problem is if it made its way out of the health committee. And it was a tie, 13-13 in the health committee. And then at the last moment, one of the assemblymen flipped. His name was Saeed. And that was enough to get it out of the committee. It went right to the floor. It was voted on by the assembly, and it passed. It wasn't a landslide by any means, and then it went into the Senate, and it was close. And there were debates that were really hard to listen to. Now, one of the senators testified that she had measles as a child and that it was very dangerous, and she was in favor of repealing the religious exemption. However, she also added that she had measles twice, 2 times, and she had been vaccinated. And, you know, first of all, people don't get measles multiple times. It's possible that the measles she did get was caused by her vaccine. But I think the overriding issue is, hello, I mean, if you get a vaccine and then you end up getting measles and you're supposed to be immunized against it, maybe the problem is the vaccine. And, you know, my position has been all along, and part of the lawsuit that we're planning is to restrain the MMR vaccine as the potential cause of the measles cases here in New York. You know, artificially manipulating disease and clustering, you know, hundreds of thousands of people together and vaccinating them, you know, is very likely and could, the research shows, a subclinical transmission. The manufacturers and CDC report that the measles is a live vaccine, and up to 28 days you're contagious. It's our position, and I intend to bring this in front of a judge here in New York, that it's actually the push to vaccinate that is spreading the measles. And the other thing that is frightening here is, you know, you can't believe anything anybody is telling you. You know, nobody knows what's in the vaccine. Nobody. Did you know that the state reported the cause of the measles came from some unnamed foreigners that had been visiting in the Ukraine, from the Ukraine, and according, you know, they infected everybody. Then in the New York City vaccine case that I brought with Robert Kennedy and Bob Krakow, the judge in that case also talked about somebody from Rockland allegedly infected with measles that went to Michigan and caused the spread there. In 2015, sure enough, there was again another unnamed foreigner that apparently tripped off the the measles cases in the Disney problem. And to me, you know, I'm a lawyer. I like facts. I like details. I understand that people have a right to, you know, privacy when it comes to these health issues. But, I would like to see what vaccine is being distributed. I want to meet these unnamed foreigners, or at least have information, because honestly, I don't believe any of it. I believe that Disney was targeted in 2015. That led to the repeal of, or to the implementation of SB 277, and I believe Rockland was targeted now to repeal the religious exemption, to roll out this measles hysteria and sell more vaccines. So, at the legislature on Thursday, I found it shocking. One senator testified, measles has saved millions of lives, measles vaccine has saved millions of lives, and the vaccine is completely safe. And we know that that is not true. Now, there may have been some rulings that measles vaccine does not cause autism, but that doesn't mean that measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine doesn't cause other injuries. And right now, if you are forced to get an MMR vaccine and one of the resulting injuries is autism, you can't even get compensation. That is the ruling in vaccine court. So, this is the law, and this is what we're dealing with. So we have to unwind the research and, this false belief that Dr. Wakefield was, lying or crazy or financially motivated. None of that was true. Dr. Wakefield is one of the kindest, smartest doctors that I've ever met in my life. And I've never seen him overreact or tell an untruthful statement in all the years that I've known him. And it's just sickening that everywhere you go, you hear, oh, that measles autism connection's been debunked. Well, it hasn't been debunked. I just read in the newspaper, Washington Post, saying, that theory was debunked, and that is not true. The court may have ruled against us in the omnibus autism proceedings, but that doesn't mean Dr. Wakefield's theory was debunked.